up, let's check out the synth block in the FM9. Let's build a patch. So this will be available for download. Link will be in the description. Here we've got my standard sort of template that I always use generally. The only thing that that's open is the amp and the cab at the moment. For the amp, I'm using the ODS Clean. For the cab, I'm using a Dyna cab, the 412 Rumble, which I think is a Dumble simulation. So let's add the synth block. Here we go. Now we've got 3 oscillators here, and we can choose the sine wave that we want to apply to each of them. So I'm just going to turn these all off to start with. There we go. And before we do, here's my standard clean sound. So I like to put the synth after. We're not blending any amp or we're not blending an amp sound with a synth sound. We're just going amp into the synth, which I think sounds cool. So let's engage this and let's just have a listen to what we've got. Let's check out the sawtooth. Let me just bring this 0. So some of the things you can change here, you can have envelope only, you can turn it off, pitch and envelope, or quantize. Quantize is kind of cool because it sticks to the standard 12-note system. So when you bend, I mean, I don't know when I'd ever use that. But let's choose pitch and envelope. Now you can pan it, which we'll be doing. You can pan it to the left or the right. Let's keep it center for now. The most powerful thing here is the attack knob. So you can have it fade in. Right? I like to have it, I think, pretty instantaneous. Which sounds cool. And then you've got the tune, which is by sense, so really out of tune. And then you can obviously change the type of wave. That sine wave. The square is pretty cool. Pretty fat. Now the filter frequency is down here, and you can change what frequency you want to filter. Now you could do this with a separate block, but it's cool that you can do it inside the synth block. The Q is how tight you want that frequency to pop out. So the higher the Q, the thinner the bandwidth, I guess. So bring that down. And here it's more smooth. Change the frequency. Bring it up. Cool. So let's get into making something. Now I like to do a sawtooth. I'm going to pan it to the left. We'll come back to these settings in a second. And for our voice 2, the sawtooth, pan it to the right. So we've got left and right. That's what this is sounding like. Now it's pretty tricky. You've got to be pretty accurate with your playing. Otherwise you get like a weird sort of low sound. It's kind of tricky. Pretty fun. Right, so I've also detuned. I'm going to detune this one about 4 cents. And that up 4 cents. Let's see what that sounds like. Oops. Sort of more in that synthy territory that we want. Right? Cool. Now let's add in, we could add like a sine wave in the middle. I think this is going to be cool. Let's see what that sounds like. Adds like a smoother texture and straight down the front. hear that sort of tracking not well. Cool. What we can also do, I like the sound of the square, I think, more than the sawtooth, so let's try that. Right, and let's just make sure it's not clipping. So that's a pretty cool synth sound. And you can really mess with that filter. So like if you want it more, bitey, especially on the square, you can turn that up. Maybe you want it to cut through a little bit more. Cool. Now what we can do is we can add some reverb. And what I like to do to even the whole sound out, because you can hear that it sort of fades, sort of dies quite quickly, we can put a compressor in the front. So it just sustains a little bit longer. It's cool to get the whammy bar happening. Cool. The other option you can go with is adding a filter block afterwards. So this is one that's sort of preset. Now all this does, you're going to have to change it to peaking when you click on the block. All this does is just highlight a frequency that you want to pop out. So I've sort of low passed it here, wherever that is. Here we go. Low cut, sorry, that would be a high pass. And you can also pull the high cut to take some of that top end off. Just reckon it makes a more focused sort of sound. So this is with it off. It's pretty fat, right? And this is with it on. And you can shift around that frequency and open up the Q so it's a little bit wider, or make it a little bit more narrow, bring the gain up. Right? Pretty cool. So thanks for watching. I hope you got something out of this. The patch will be in the description for downloading for free. Leave a comment, like and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, guys.